A little bit of background. So I started my career as a signals intelligence ground electronic warfare officer in the Marine Corps. Really did one stint at Radio Battalion and then ended up going to the Naval Postgraduate School where I spent the next 4.5 years in residence there
All
working on a
right.
master's
Wow.
degree and
Excellent.
master's
Yeah.
degree in information warfare systems engineering. And then I got extended to work on my doctorate in information sciences. When I was there, I ended up starting a research project. It was all focused on field data collection. My passion has been on building tools and technologies to solve specific problems that we faced in the field. In that time, I had just come off a deployment in Iraq where I observed that a lot of our collection approaches were very manual. And at the time, this is right when the first iPhone was being launched. And shortly after I came back from Iraq and said, well, I can see a world in which we're able to use these devices to do data collection. Now, that's kind of old hat at this point. Everyone uses phones for everything and use all kinds of apps. But at the time, it was somewhat novel. So started a project there. That's where I really started getting into my first software development-ish flavor. Started back in 2008. Was a terrible coder. Was really good at hacking things together, but not actually building the tools. Fast forward, I spent a couple of years at MARSOC and then came up to the Marine Corps Information Operations Center. Did a deployment as a technical IO officer for the 24th MU. Came back and then decided that I wanted to stay in the information operations, information advantage space. I made the decision that I was going to do so as a reservist. So I dropped in the reserves, went to work for IST Research, and my focus was, again, overseas data collection and the Pulse system. I was one of the early product owners of Pulse and helping shape where we were going with those tools. I was really focused on the engagement side of the house, like how do you connect with and message audiences. Then I started to see how real-time bidding and advertising was starting to be leveraged heavily in the private sector, but the defense sector, I think, was behind the pace and worked to bring in some of the first demand-side platforms for doing ad delivery to drive audiences into certain messages or channels wherever it was you were going.